Trump administration has banned citizens from 12 countries from traveling and entering into the United States.
The 2026 World Cup only a year out, there's a big question of whether the fans will make it to the stadiums or be forced to watch from home.
Oh, this is a unique trophy. This is the trophy. America will welcome the world. There will be millions of people coming, Mr. President, millions of people. The economic impact is 40 billion US dollars.
Consider the largest athletic event in the globe, on a stage where millions of fans and billions of spectators come together, all at once cast into a state of uncertainty. A competition that was intended to honor diversity, international fervor, and common culture is now enmeshed in the tangled web of politics and policy. What if the games that everyone has been hoping to see are abruptly moved across international borders, or worse, cancelled? Although it seems unimaginable, discussions have already started behind the curtain. Later in the narrative, we shall disclose how near activation these plans are. However, it is impossible to ignore the warning indications. Please click the like button before we start. It enables us to circumvent YouTube's algorithm. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is scheduled to take place in North America in less than 2 years. For the first time ever, the United States, Canada, and Mexico were given joint awards for the event. Both the magnitude of the event and the prospect of cross-border cooperation were reflected in the audacious and historic plan. However, FIFA insiders and international sponsors are currently creating backup plans rather than getting ready for a seamless celebration. The United States' capacity to meet its hosting obligations is threatened by trade obstacles, visa restrictions, and corporate uncertainty, not stadium readiness or fan excitement. Please click the subscription button before we proceed. It is very beneficial to the channel. Expand. There are already indications of a change in confidence. After initially committing to a multi-million-dollar advertising package linked to U.S. venues, Emirates Airlines has discreetly switched $15 million to events in Canada. This is viewed by industry analysts as more than just a symbolic move. It is an indication of waning business confidence. The fact that key players are reallocating their expenditures shows that contingency planning has advanced beyond theory, and sponsors are sensitive to instability. What ought to have been a simple logistical victory is starting to resemble a test of international credibility and political determination. The stakes are much higher than just billboards and branding. The World Cup is about more than just displaying athletes. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for tourism, soft power, and international perception. The event was intended to convey stability and transparency to the U.S. Rather, it runs the risk of turning into a case study of self-destruction. Prolonged bureaucratic delays, increased tariffs, and visa restrictions are undermining the inclusion that the World Cup is known for. Matches might be rescheduled with as little as 90 days' notice if these problems are not fixed, changing the event in ways that few fans anticipate now but could soon become inevitable. Think about the spectator experience, which is the lifeblood of each competition. Thousands of supporters currently encounter obstacles simply to enter a U.S. stadium. Tens of thousands of prospective ticket purchasers, including whole fan bases of teams that have already qualified, have already been rejected due to a broad travel prohibition that applies to 12 nations. The cost has increased for those who are still able to go. Most passengers are now subject to a $250 visa integrity fee, with no exceptions. Additionally, appointments at many consulates go longer than 16 months, which prevents supporters from coordinating trips, visas, and tickets. The impact extends beyond the ticketing system itself. Local organizing committees are already reducing the range of cultural programs and volunteer incentives in anticipation of decreased attendance. Fan zones that promote diversity risk are becoming smaller, less populated areas. Some cities would have to deal with quiet parties in place of lively festivals, which would undermine the joyous atmosphere that the World Cup is meant to inspire. This runs the risk of making the tournament seem to viewers from other countries like a succession of separate stadiums, each disconnected from the global excitement that typically characterizes the event. Emotion is the lifeblood of the World Cup, but bureaucracy is subtly smothering it. Just as the burden on infrastructure is urgent, every lighting fixture, scoreboard, and section with reinforced seating is dependent on imports that used to traverse borders with ease. Construction plans are faltering, budgets are being strained, and shipments are being delayed as a result of increased customs inspections and duties. Canada's structural steel beams, which are necessary for stadium extensions, have been regularly delayed, which has affected project timetables.